Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. All right. Well, Radiant Creators is out of Bitcoin jail, so we can live stream again. Usually I wouldn't live stream the Bitcoin Daily View on Radiant Creators, but since it can live stream again, this is just kind of a celebration. So it is Saturday, September 30th, 2:08 p.m. in the Arizona desert. We're going to look at the market and stuff like that. So BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. Looking at Bitcoin specifically right now on the daily chart, as you can see by the green line here coming in right around 25,137, we are playing with previous support and resistance, oftentimes more support than resistance. This is a daily chart. We are under the 200 moving average and the 314 moving average, so we're kind of in a weak spot right now, but it is perking up. So Bitcoin right now, this is kind of a huge sideways pattern. I kind of call this a whale pattern, a whale sideways pattern, basically, where you've got this happening. And if I was to do a little bit of elaboration here, try to make this quick, but this is a whale trading pattern, whale sideways pattern. So you got the big money pushing Bitcoin around. This is a daily chart. So if I was to right now make some more little squares here, actually, yeah, do it like this. That actually be a good way to do it. Do it like this. Okay, I'll make a little bit more. We'll go here. And you won't be able to see that. Anyway, maybe I can tune that. Yeah, my fill pattern here. Let's make that green. Bonk. Okay, and then down here, we'll make one more. Make that red. And you can see the idea here is that basically the actually that's backwards. This should be green, and then up, yeah, this would be green, nice green, and then up here this one should be red. So anyway, sorry, that's the tint. Anyway, sorry, I should have had this set up before. I want the fill to be red. Bonk. There we go. So as you can see, right now it's kind of a whale holding pattern is what I call it. Yeah. So right now, daily chart, you can see Bitcoin's moving up and down. It's having strong patterns like this. This is kind of a Bart pattern, as we call it. Kind of looks like Bart Simpson. You can tell the whales are at work. So big money is just keeping Bitcoin sideways right now. And also it's below the 200 moving average. So basically it's not too perky. People are not going to really be too interested in Bitcoin below the daily 200 moving average. So, and it's got big moves happening. So in general, Bart patterns, as we call them here, very, very predictable pattern. So the whales will buy at the bottom and sell at the top. And when you're the manipulators, you know when that's going to happen. So in general, you can see we're making a move off the bottom. We are below the white moving average here, which is the 200 moving average. It's not a very strong place to be. Most likely, Bitcoin, if it continues moving up, will get above that 200 moving average, then go back to the top of this channel, and then probably come back down again. So it's just not a very inspirational spot to be right now. If you're a Bitcoiner, is it an accumulation pattern? All depends on where you think things are going to go. Right now, I can say Bitcoin is not doing too badly, but it's sideways. It's in an accumulation pattern. Some might call it that. I always call it a whale holding pattern. Nothing right now is substantial enough is really happening for me to get too excited. I can say, though, looking here at the 45-minute chart for Bitcoin, we recently do have a nice burst of the 200 moving average and the 314, again above the 200 moving average, and we are moving sideways right now. We kind of have some good energons going. The indicators are picking up. So in the extremely short time frame, Bitcoin has broken somewhat positive. Although watch out, though, we're kind of low volume this weekend, and it would not surprise me if we went just like that back down and then kept cruising along. Watch out. This is a traditional Bart pattern. Whales love to play that one, so watch out. I will say this though. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Look at the 4-hour chart. We have bounced off and broken above the 200 moving average, and we're above the 314 moving average. So indicators looking okay. We have some volume that came in. Play at your own risk. Overall, I'm not that incredibly excited about Bitcoin's chart right now, but if I look at the immediate price action of the 4-hour and 200 the 4-hour and the 45-minute chart, it's not looking too bad. We might see a bit of a move into this weekend. I mean, into the week. But I'm going to just play my cards a little bit more conservatively right now, because one thing I'm not seeing is like higher highs and higher lows. I mean, you kind of could do a bit of a pattern here. If you really were very creative, maybe you could do an upwards channel like this. and you could say here's a low, here's a higher high. I'm sorry, here's a low, here's a lower high, here's a lower high. But you don't really have a higher high though. That's not really happening. So anyway, guys, just I'm gonna be just hanging out and watching this. Although you know what though, what's kind of fun looking at different time frames here, looking at the 4-hour chart, you can almost see this could be a bit of a perfect little bark pattern there, kind of an upside down one. Anyway, I'm just saying that the Bitcoin chart, it's just not extraordinarily exciting right now, although it has gotten above 27,000, which is kind of exciting. So we'll see how that rolls. Is it going to be, are we going to roll into the week strong? It's possible. So we'll see how things play out. But right now, I'm just kind of seeing a series of like, here's a high, here's a lower high, here's a lower high. We're just, here's a low. You could kind of call this a lower high, but in general, I'm just not seeing enough energons right now to get excited about Bitcoin as far as trading it right now. I would just say in general, it's kind of not too exciting. On the daily chart here, one thing that we can see, which is kind of interesting, is pull this in here. You can see what some believe is like an upwards channel here. But of course, we broke below it. We'd have to get back into it. And once again, on daily, we're below the 200 moving average, so I'm not too excited. We had a nice upwards channel, but we've kind of fallen out of it. And well, there you go. Some were thinking that we had a head and shoulders rolling here, but we ultimately broke below, but not that far below. So let's just see what happens. We are just truly in a no man's land. I myself am not going to long or short Bitcoin at this time. I'd go for some alts that are a little bit more predictable in their charts. And we'll start looking at that as the week progresses. If I can get on enough, if I have time for trading, I'll definitely share the alts that I'm getting into, because with Bitcoin in this position, I think we definitely could see some fiery alts this weekend and definitely next week. Looking at Bitcoin trading volume right now, 602 million last 24 hours. That is so low. So watch out. The whales can manipulate it really, really easy right now. Looking at this hourly chart here, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of it's kind of choppy, a lot of longs and shorts getting wiped out, a lot of real volume spikes coming in. Watch out. Definitely the vultures are lurking, and it would not surprise me if we saw the chart just kind of just do something like this, just go boom like that. That's the 45-minute, and just go right back to below that 200 moving average, and then start trying to get above it again, or come down hard and do a bounce and move. We're just really in with that low volume, we were really in the hands of the manipulators. So watch out, because if I was to guess, if I had to guess right now, like what's going to happen next, probably boom right there, and then we'll start moving up again, or we'll try to break above that 200 and maybe get rejected. Watch out, the volume is too low to expect too much to be Perky. Right now, I'm surprised it's doing this well with the volume so low, which makes me also wonder if I know I always talk about the whales, and you can be one too. You can predict what they're going to do because they're very obvious, and then you can make money. So anyway, looking at, but right now I'd predict the whales. Like if I had to say, like, you must predict something, what do you think is going to happen? I think the whales are going to dump it right down to like 26,300. That's my guess. And they'll probably have all the shorts in, and then they'll just dump it, and boom, and they will make the the big dollars when that happens. So watch out. It's not in a place that I would trade it right now unless I wanted to short it. That's just me, not financial advice. Anyway, right now on Binance, where the big volume is, longs and shorts, 55% long, 44% short. Definitely a slight long bias, but not that much, and there really shouldn't be one. Looking at volume over the big exchanges, the top 20, all of it's fallen off this weekend big time. Low volume. Looking at Bitcoin, the top 100, and that Bitcoin is coming in at 27,083. It just got above 27,000. That's a bit of confidence. We're seeing some nice, upwards motion here. If you do look, if I wanted to, one thing I watch out for, if you do look here, you have this upwards channel kind of forming right there. It's above 27,000. We're seeing some nice movement here. The only thing is I just watch out. My guess is this low of volume, yet we're moving up like that. I don't know, guys. Just be careful. I might even go over to like Bybit and do like a 3x short. I know it sounds crazy, but I might, and just with a slight amount, and just see if I can actually catch that up. What I think is setting up for to be one of these, and then we'll see what happens after that. But right now, I just don't know, guys. Anyway, with that said, let's keep on rolling. Looking at, like I said, once again, a very, very low volume, slight long bias on Binance, but not by much. Look at the top 100 alts. This is what I would say. If Bitcoin can stay positive on the 4-hour and the 45-minute chart, keep above that 200 moving average moving into the week, or continuing this weekend, we're going to see a great opportunity for alts to get crazy, betting against USDT or betting against Bitcoin. Alts against Bitcoin. Solana's doing well. Maker's doing well. Ethereum Classic ETC is doing well. So I'm going to give those till tomorrow before I start really working on those. But definitely, I think if Bitcoin can keep some consistent sideways and not just do basically like a whale BART pattern today or tomorrow, the longer it goes sideways and stays above the 200 moving average on the, like I say, on a 45-minute chart here, we're well above the 200. As long as we don't complete that BART pattern, then on like a 4-hour chart, we're well above that 200 as well. It's above the 200 and 314. It's looking kind of perky. Just be careful, because I have a feeling we're probably going to roll over. We're going to see things. Already the directional index is beginning to roll over. Squeeze indicator has not yet. Volume slightly decreasing. Just be careful, guys. Like I say, my prediction, honestly, is we're going to go right back down to here, and then we'll see what happens next. But that's my prediction, is a perfect closure of a BART pattern. In a way, you can kind of even see it here. We went up, everybody got confident. Oh, everything's great. Then bam, we were dumping. Everybody's like, I'm going to short, and then boom, here everybody's like, I'm so positive, I'm totally in. Boom, they're just playing games with you. They're creating liquidity, and they're scooping up the Bitcoin that they accumulate. They just put back on the exchanges when longs and shorts get wrecked. So anyway, guys, be careful. I'm not seeing anything so positive that I'd want to, bet anything on it. If I did anything, it'd be a very, very small trade, and it would just be a short at this very moment. Sorry to be a party pooper. But looking at U.S. dollar strength index, the DXY here, top left-hand corner, it has been on a rocket. These are all daily charts. It has been a rocket ship to Pluto. Friday got kind of crazy. We'll see what happens. Where is it going to open? If dollar strength index, after this incredible run, begins to show weakness, we're going to see the alts and the commodities go insane. Bitcoin, alts, commodities, everything. If the DXY starts to weaken a little bit, looking at this is U.S. oil. It has definitely been pumping hard. I am wondering if the DXY and oil both need a bit of a retrace. It wouldn't surprise me. They've been pushing so hard. They're in a good spot. We'll see if they continue. End of the week, they began to really kind of take a hit. We'll see what happens. But one thing I'm kind of excited about is if we look at both gold and silver, if you see, gold is here on the bottom left-hand corner. We're playing with previous support and resistance. Same with silver. We're playing with previous support and resistance. We're way back to 2022 on this here, And you can see where we're at right now is definitely a place all the way back to 2022 and beyond, even here for silver. So the gold's on the left, silver's on the right. This is definitely a place we have found previous support and resistance and bounced before. And I really think like gold's here on a 314 right now. That's a logical spot to bounce. Silver definitely been taking a hit. Got this crazy wick on Friday, which was quite interesting, I thought. And right back to the 200 there. So I'm actually heading to the coin store after this, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of some silver coins, because I think that worst case is you miss it by a few percent, but I think we're probably at a bounce spot for gold and silver. And I think the DXY is probably due a rollover. And I think most likely, honestly, probably oil is too, a bit of a retrace. And then, of course, when that happens, Bitcoin will go crazy and pump. And then, of course, silver will also go crazy and pump. And maybe you'll be selling silver at $25 if you're out there buying silver eagles today. Not financial advice, just telling you that's what I'm doing. That's my plan, is to buy now and sell at about 25. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. And I don't really buy gold because it's more fun to buy ounces of silver because it just looks cool. Now, looking at uranium, not financial advice, but I thought I'd throw this out there because I've been telling people about uranium. For a lot of reasons. South Africa kicking France out. They're going to sell it instead of for pennies. They're going to sell it for dollars. Russia's turning down their oil, not their oil, their uranium export is not outright stopping it. You have big players. I know there's still Australia and this and that, but still, the big players are beginning to either charge more or turn off uranium exports. So this is called a UEC. The UEC, you can find it on Ameritrade. You can find it on E-Trade. Like I say, not financial advice here. I'm just saying something that I'm looking at is a UEC. It's a company down there in Texas. They're kind of a uranium, the Uranium Energy Corp. You can see what they do to see how the effective how their stock works basically. But I'm looking at it, and definitely we're kind of peaking out right now. You can go into like years past. I could do like a monthly, and you can definitely see where we are kind of at an extreme moment right here, but not as extreme as it has been. 2007, boom. 2008, it was cranking. 2010, 2011, it was cranking, and it's been kind of just cruising down ever since. But we've got an unprecedented moment here. You know what I mean? We really, really do. And look at candles by Sam. That's more than 3 months in a row. That thing has closed with the body of the candle on top of the other candle. I mean, it is insane. It's pumping hard. Is it due a retrace? Maybe, maybe. Looking at the monthly, the squeeze indicator is picking back up. Directional index is still picking up. ADX is about to roll toward. It is rolling towards the positive. Volume slowly tapering off, but beginning to rise up again. Just watch this one. I think definitely myself, I'm not getting in right now. It's got to do a retrace for me. But looking at the 45-minute chart, which I know was extremely slight price action, but it's beginning to roll over on the 45. On the 4-hour chart, I think we're beginning to see by like the squeeze indicator, directional index. I think we're seeing lots of volume, but we're beginning to see obviously a rollover, and you can see it's happening where it's right where it's hit previous support resistance before. So I think we're due a bit of a rollover, a bit of a retrace. But I think once it gets out of its system, like it wouldn't surprise me if it retraced here on the daily candle right around the 200 moving average, which is around like, let's just say around like $3.64. I mean, but even then, I mean, it's up from like earlier this year. It was around like May 1st. This thing was like, it was like $2.37. And now it's like, geez, what, like, where are you coming in right now? 5.15 or so. So let's just see what this thing does. It's really a crazy chart right now. I think we're a bit extended. But would I buy it today? Well, you got some good news today. I think it was Friday. Uranium Energy, it's got a lot of cash, liquid assets, no debt as of September 28th. Whoa, I mean, this thing is doing great. So it's all about what you think about the world geoclimate and commodities. Uranium is an important thing. And we got to get energy from somewhere. I mean, something's got to charge those Teslas. And, isn't like we're pumping the oil that much anymore. So it's a crazy world. I'm just saying, I wish I kind of noticed uranium earlier. I think it's through a retrace. If you bought it already, if you got some, you're good. Not financial advice. I'm just saying, don't sweat it. I think we're bouncing off the top. We're a little bit of a retrace here. Let's actually do a Fibonacci sequence here. Let's fib it. Let's go right about here to this low. Let's go here. It wouldn't surprise me if it went to like the .382, like a 442, or a 403, or God, look where the 618 is. It's right there on the 314 moving average, and the bottom of the 618 golden pocket there is 650. So it wouldn't surprise me if it even went down to like 350. It could happen. Just be watchful. We really got to watch this one. It's very, very volatile, but I think this could be a player. So just hang in there. Just one's a little crazy. I'm just throwing it out there. I know it's not crypto, but just keep an eye on this chart. And let me know what you think. If you're a blockchain education person, hey, I know we play in crypto and we don't do traditional anything there. But if you want to do some charts on UEC, do it, because I really think this is an interesting moment. This thing could get unprecedented in its pumpage. I think like in another like 2 or 3 months, we could be looking at it like $10 and being like, wow, I remember when it was 5, you know. One thing, the Costco gold indicator, it's a new thing. This is over at Zero Hedge. The idea is that Costco now is selling gold. A lot of people, they don't know what a coin store is, or like Patriot Gold, or all these other places where you can get gold. They don't really know, but they know what Costco is, and they know what gold is vaguely, and they see it, and they go, you can buy it online, you can buy it at Costco. People are buying the living crap out of gold at Costco. So the Costco gold indicator is going to kind of become a thing, because people are buying gold who just did not really have exposure to it before at Costco by the crap megaton. Okay, meaning that people don't trust the damn dollar. This is like normies. Okay, normies are realizing, holy shit, I best buy some gold because the globalist monsters want to kill us all. So with that said, Springtime for Hitler, interesting musical. This is a good little article over at AM Greatness. I'll put it in the live chat while we're all sitting here. I will stick that in the live chat. And the thing is that basically here's the deal. That character, what was his name? What was his name? Yeah, Yaroslav Honka. He was over there in the Canadian Parliament, I guess they call it, whatever. It's like our Senate, our House. And they were like, hey, this guy who's from Ukraine, who fought the Russians during World War II, that means he's got to be a... That means it means you have to be christened by the SS, because that's who did it. That's where Bandera came from. You know what? They're not that dumb. They know what the guy was. I think now you know. I can't tell you what to think, but it was no accident that they praised this guy. They are just. I'm just saying. You either get it or you don't. They said what they meant, and they meant what they said. And F you, Trudeau. Anyway, we're going to be talking about a lot of this stuff Monday. Joseph P. Farrell, him and I are going to be talking about Ukraine, the proxy war against Orthodoxy. Interesting stuff. If you go to Radiant Critters right now, up top, you will see the show. I will actually copy the link if you want to click on that and you want to actually hit notify. We should be live Monday. Catch it then, catch it later. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We'll kind of focus on Kiev, but a lot of other in the Ukraine, but a lot of other things too. Like Kiev orders closure of Christian churches, Orthodox churches. It's a big deal. Even if you're not religious, it will explain in great part why these ass clowns are praising Nazis in the Canadian Parliament, right? It ain't no accident. I'm just saying they said what they meant what they said, okay? Anyway, Joseph Farrell's got a new book out. We'll be talking about that. The Demon and the Euchre. Angels, Demons, Plasma, Patristics, and Pyramids. It's amazing stuff. We're going to go deep. Is plasma a being? Is plasma what we consider angels? Well, or demons, Anyway, it's going to be deep stuff. Join the team. You're going to really, really dig it. If you want to go over to the Giza Death Star, if you want to learn more about Joseph Farrell, I'll just stick it in there real quick if you're interested. He has live chats every couple times a month, and we all hang out for a couple hours. We ask questions, and he talks about cool stuff. So we're going to have him on the show. It's going to be awesome. Check out Radiant Creators. When it comes to Nazis, just say no, even if you're Canadian. Okay, we know that the people didn't mean it. But if you ever wonder what NATO's about, now you know. So anyway, everybody, uranium, watch this thing. We are in an unprecedented time. It has spiked like crazy before. It just spiked. I think it's getting ready for a retrace. I think gold and silver very, very well might be at a bottom right now and getting ready to do a little bit of action. As always, not really financial advice or anything. I'm just saying that they're at the right spot. I think if the DXY and oil, especially really the DXY, because oil could continue up. If the DXY starts to take a tumble, I mean, it's got to retrace at some point. This daily chart's insane, and it's beginning to show some weakness. So if the DXY cools off, and even if it doesn't, we are at a logical balance time, given previous support and resistance for gold and silver, And like I say, my plans: buy some silver today and sell it at 25 or 23 or 24, or maybe just hold it. You know, you never go wrong with that either. Not financial advice. I'm just talking out loud. Okay. Bitcoin over 27,000 right now. That's wonderful, but volume's extremely low. Longs and shorts with leverage are definitely getting wrecked recently. People are trying kind of too hard. This volume right now for Bitcoin, the trading volume that's 24 hours, is so dang low. Watch out. So I'm telling you, I love the Bitcoin chart. It's nice. We might see this could be the beginning of a run. But right now, even if it is, I have a feeling what we're going to see is boom, the whales just take it out, wreck those longs when confidence is gained, and then boom, collect all that sweet liquidity that they just created. Or what if Bitcoin continues sideways, slightly up throughout the week and weekend? We're going to see alts lose their freaking minds. Okay. And if the DXY really does roll over on Monday and Bitcoin can stay consistent until that point, if DXY rolls over, begins to retrace, especially kind of hard, that will allow the S&P 500, the Russell 2000, the Dow, all that stuff, all the big indexes will probably start to crank. We just need the dollar strength index to roll over. And like I say, if Bitcoin holds strong until that moment, if we open on Monday and the DXY is rolling over, if it continues throughout the week and Bitcoin can keep above the 200 moving average on the 4-hour and the 45-minute chart, especially if it can challenge it and get above it on the daily, which would be right around, 27,999 would be the point it would have to get to. But, honestly, if Bitcoin starts pumping, it could definitely find its way above that daily 200 moving average. In fact, do I have a chart with the MACD on here? The RSI for the daily, stochastic RSI is looking really good. KRI is looking good. Wave trend oscillator by Lazy Bear is looking good. I need sorry to keep you here. I know you guys got things to do. Let me find the MACD. I just want the traditional MACD. There it is. Okay. Well, let's take one moment, look at the daily MACD. It's a big deal. How's the daily MACD looking? Daily MACD, how are you looking? Okay, daily MACD has a positive tangent. It's breaking above the heartbeat there. The histogram's going in the positive direction. Just hang tight. If you got the faith, go ahead and get into some Bitcoin. But I'm just going to say, I think we may have some volatility before the run. It's all about how it goes Sunday. It's all about how the market opens on Monday. I'll be here. I'll be hanging out. I'll try to get in more often. I've just been kind of busy with a lot of stuff. Have not been able to make consistent videos. I'm always working on it. But I think especially as the market gets exciting, trading gets exciting, and you'll see me here more. Anyway, thanks for being a Bitcoin truth seeker, believing in the optimistic future for humanity. I'm definitely watching uranium as a commodity, but I think we got some retracing to do. But I think this could definitely be rocket ship to Pluto 2023. Uranium could be the killer commodity trade, even though you're buying an energy corp basically and not uranium itself. If you can buy uranium directly, you're either a government or a terrorist. So you're probably buying UEC and not uranium. And if someone is offering to sell you uranium, please don't, just get out of there. You're in a bad spot. Anyway, so take care. Talk to you later.